We're Vivid Mind, and we screen for dementia and Alzheimer's using voice as biomarker. And we do it without the help of any specialized equipment. The story of dementia was brought personally to me by the experience of my mom. My mom went to see a primary care doctor about 10 years ago complaining about memory loss. Don't worry about it, the doctor said, it's just old age. My mother was never properly diagnosed, no tests were done. 10 years later, she developed an Alzheimer's. The experience made me very angry and wanting to do something about it. And I decided to try to understand the Alzheimer's and dementia puzzle. The first piece of it is that a lot of people are like my mom. Some of them might be in your families as well, undiagnosed. For every person of the 50 million or so with dementia, there are at least 2 that are not diagnosed. The reason for it is that, like in the case of my mom, no primary care testing is being performed. Some say it's because the time constraints of the doctor's office. There are some skill issues as well. The effect is a lot of people do not have any care, and the whole system is incredibly costly. Not just in terms of economic costs, but also huge emotional costs, like for my family, for instance. And then there is a piece of the puzzle that has to do with drug discovery. As you probably know, the drug discovery for dementia has been a tremendous failure. Only recently that has started to change. We have zoomed in on one particular aspect of it, and that is the aspect of patient recruitment for clinical trials, which is hugely expensive. In the US, $50,000 is being spent per qualified patient for dementia, which, of course, is the definition of our serviceable obtainable market, which goes in hundreds of millions of dollars. Our solution is twofold. First, we have developed an application that screens, assesses, and monitors through voice the parameters of your mental health, and in this particular case, potential for developing dementia. The test is simple and short. You use your phone to say "ah" for 6 seconds. We trace several physical parameters of your voice, and it's a validated and solid from the scientific standpoint approach, independent of language and culture. "Ah" is said the same way in pretty much all the languages. The second piece of the puzzle we've attacked is, as I mentioned, patient recruitment for clinical trials, where we actually deliver to pharma companies and to clinics that perform clinical trials qualified patients, much less expensively, much faster than traditional methods of talking to primary care doctors, using their subjective judgments, and some unsophisticated methods like posters and flyers. The way it works is very simple. You record on an average smartphone a sound "ah." It gets uploaded to the cloud. Then our patented technology processes, vectorizes your voice using about 30 parameters or so that we trace into incredibly accurate spectrum, 3-dimensional spectrum using sound objects. Then, and only then, we put the machine learning classifiers to analyze the pattern of your voice, compare it to the curve, and on that basis, we actually can render the judgment as to whether you are in a risk category and should see a specialist or not. The competitive landscape is actually quite rich. Lots of companies doing traditional cognitive tests, voice tests. We are unique among the voice companies as we're the simplest, shortest, the only one that is truly language and culture neutral, and it is all because we rely on acoustics of the voice alone. We do not care what you say, we only care how you say it and trace the physical parameters of your voice. We've accomplished quite a bit in the 3 years we've been on the market. We've built our technology, built an application, protected our IP, and right now we're going commercial with proof of concept pilots with some healthcare providers, and also clinics that do clinical trials of new drugs. And for instance, right now in Denmark, and thanks to SoundHub, we're also getting into the hearing aids clinics because the value proposition is quite strong there. Hearing loss is one of the key contributors of dementia. We're still ahead of the certification process, which we plan to start in 2027. And you can see some key business model parameters that we are going to use in going to market. We're getting increasing recognition in the marketplace, winning many contests, startup contests in Europe. And we have a very experienced and diverse team. Myself, I'm a former partner of McKinsey & Company and Accenture, and some of my colleagues and myself are not typical startuppers, as you can see, in that we have lots of gray hair. Some call us geriatrics. We take issue with this description, although we think we have still a lot of energy and drive in us, and most importantly, we're a team on a mission. And our mission is, for what happened to my mom, never to happen to anybody ever again. Ultimately, we want to change the way testing is done in primary care and become the new golden standard of dementia spotting in primary care. If you're an investor, please participate in our round that we're doing right now, and we're already partially completed. If you're a partner, use your voice, which is powerful. Come and talk to me, and we can discuss ways you can contribute to making that mission a reality. Thank you very much.